finishing my work and then going behind or stopping this and doing that. And we think it's multitasking, but it's a huge topic in itself, so I didn't open up now. But multitasking is a myth. So yes, but why does it wander? And wandering causes us problem, right? So we do not want wandering. If we choose to do something, right? If we sit at work, I can go to Amita and have a cup of coffee. It's a different thing. But when I choose to work, I'm thinking something else. Is something I do not want, but I'm still doing, right? Agree? Yes?
Is it lack of concentration?
Yes.
Because I'm not 100% concentrating because I'm thinking of something.
Yeah, but you want to concentrate, right?
Yes.
So, but you're not concentrating. So why does it happen? Because you are instructing, you are choosing to do something.
But I don't have control of the mind because
we don't have control of the mind. Okay? Yeah. Who agrees we don't have control of the mind?
that's where we need a concentration to bring the.
Who agrees we don't have control of the mind? I have control here. I want to wear a white shirt. I wear a white shirt.
Not that.
That's a control.
Not that.
Wandering of the mind.
If I sit for meditation, that time all the things will come in my mind.
Wandering mind.
I wonder why it happens. I sit for meditation and all whole lot of things will come in your mind. I couldn't concentrate.
Wandering mind.
But I'm still finishing my work, right?
But
So
the
because my mind
mind
is telling me I'm sitting
Not
and
the only
finishing,
thing.
right? Sorry?
Work is not the only thing.
Anything. Because I want to go to a movie, I am going to a movie, right? So it's my choice. My mind is listening to
You're going to
me.
movie, but your mind is somewhere.
Yeah,
else.
your
You're
mind
watching
can
the
still
story,
wander.
But you're thinking about something else. Something can happen. Like anything. Yeah. If you are disturbed, you are sitting in a movie, or you are sitting in a party, but you're not concentrating over there.
So where are these instructions coming from? I'm sitting in a party, I want to enjoy a party. I'm thinking something else. So I chose to be in the party, I chose to do work.
Right.
But something else is happening. So who is giving this instruction?
The
No,
mind.
but mind is telling me to work, right?
The emotions, I don't know.
We don't know.
Sorry, yes sir.
Sorry,
Environment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Concentrate.
Even your past something is bothering you, then your mind tends to wander there.
Right, but see, as far as office environment is concerned, the aircon was working pretty fine. I am sitting, starting to work, but I am thinking something else. So, my mind instructed me to work. That's why I'm sitting and working, right? So where is this other thinking coming from?
External factors. For example, on the way to work, you receive a bad news. So you're still thinking of the bad news on the way to work.
Right. Okay, so we'll park that question. So where is this coming from, Ina? You have an answer. I can see that.
Why does your mind wander? Maybe you have lots of personal problem at home. Your husband.
I think they get mad. Don't ask him, what does he say multitasking?
Lots of unhappiness, lots of tension. So
Help me
some
ask.
people choose to.
No, you ask.
When a person
Ask
finds
now.
you actually can tell
Ask
if the
him.
person is
She has a question.
quiet
No.
or not a cheerful self.
Okay. Okay. I have one person who can concentrate very well. She can work one whole day without even blinking an eye, sweeting. I know you can do it. So what is this? We all can't do it. You can do it. So what's the thing? Why does not? I want to do something, right? So where is this something else coming from? Any ideas?
That's where what we are discussing here. Why does it?
What makes you think just because she doesn't blink her eye, her mind doesn't wander?
Eyes are closed all the time.
I'm just giving her the benefit of doubt.
Right.
Okay. So mind wanders and it wandering doesn't serve us. We are not happy, right? That's what we have seen.
That might be the nature also. Mind wandering is nature. It's a work given to mind to wander.
No, but I don't want my mind to wander. Okay, that's a good thing.
No,
Do I want
there is
my?
nothing like silent mind. There's nothing like silent mind. Mind has to wander.
Okay.
If you say silent mind,
Now-
that's a not proper wording.
Okay, now, I don't want my mind to wander. Do you want your mind to wander?
No.
Is that your choice? Is that the choice you made? Anyone made a choice that the mind should wander?
No, I don't.
Right? Any yes?
Why should wonder?
Yeah.
So I don't want my mind to wander, right? We all agree with that, right? Why does it wander, right? Now here comes the story, right? Mind is two, right? How it operates. One is the conscious mind, and then is the unconscious mind. Now there's various kinds of data. It says 95% to 96% to 98% is subconscious mind, and anywhere between 1 to 5% is conscious mind. So what we know for sure that subconscious mind is less than 5% in how it, conscious mind is less than 5% in how it happens when the mind works, right? So now we know why does the mind wander, right? That we'll go into a bit more, it's a huge topic again, so I'll touch base on the basic understanding required for mindfulness. So the subconscious mind, right? Now, your subconscious mind causes you to feel emotionally, physically uncomfortable. Whenever you attempt to do anything new or different or change any of your established patterns of behavior, right? So we have grown. Our subconscious mind, I can very comfortably say that is made by pretty much by accident, right? Because as we were born, as we are grown up, the parents, the way they are, the schooling that I went to, the friends I have, how I've grown up, pretty much what I watch, what I hear has formed my subconscious mind, which pops up everything. When I talk to a person, my judgments, the approach I put down or I help, whatever I do, how I read, I listen or I start talking already, how I interpret, how I think, everything is already determined. What actually it means is the choice we make consciously right now is only 1%. That's what it means, that conscious mind has only 1% role. That means we think we make all the choice, right? But it's already pre-programmed into how it's formed through which we make choice. We make decisions. So actual choice from what we cognize, the cognitive mind is only 1%. It's all pre-programmed. That's how it is. Now that's where all this wandering comes from, right? So just as a conscious mind can be thought of a gardener planting seeds, and the subconscious mind is the garden. Somebody would have read the monk who sold his Ferrari. So the author Robin Sharma, he writes that your mind is a garden. Make sure you don't plant weeds, right? So you really have to protect it as a garden. You make sure you see what is planted inside, right? So now here, that's the conscious mind filling up so much into subconscious mind. So obviously this determines all the actions, what we are at here. So our decision making is pretty much with this, into how we interact with the whole world and how we not only interact, I think interacting is the wrong word, how we experience the world. All the experience that we go through, right? Where do we experience? We go to rainforest, right? We go to waterfalls, we go to fantastic beaches. Where is that experience? Where are we experiencing it? Where? Is it in the beach in Barcelona or?
Have you cherish what you have seen in your mind?
Right. So where are we experiencing it?
Mind.
Right.
Mind.
Anything. There is no experience outside us. Is there?
No.
The entire experience of life, the entire happiness, unhappiness, whatever we experience is inside. Am I saying it right? Now, what we experience is pre-programmed already. Right now, if I am not in sync with the present moment, if I am saying I want this, I come to office, I crib, office is this, office is that, people are like this, and my previous office is this. Hey, I'm always unhappy. My experience inside is always unhappy, and it's not my choice anymore. 99% of it is happening on its own by a pre-established program, right? That's what it means, right? Okay. So let's see how does the subconscious mind form? Right now, what all the five senses, right? We take data from all the five senses. So let's look at individually, each one of you. My request is look at last one day look at last 1 month, 1 year, what is the input coming into the mind that you choose to make? Your kids. Inputs are when you watch TV, newspaper, talking to friends. What are we talking? What is the content of most of our discussions? Are we saying this is bad, that is bad, somebody is bad, this is just family, office, whatever it is? What are kids watching? Which is framing the programming through which we are experiencing life, whole experience. We could be doing skydiving, which is an exception because it brings us to the moment, but we can't be skydiving all the time. So we have to get to practices which make us be in the moment by choice, right? So even when we sit in the best beaches, in the best farmhouses, we still experience all the pain, all the suffering, all the cribbing, negativity, because we are programmed like that. We only think that a holiday will help, spend all the money for a holiday. But it is what our mind, which actually can give us a holiday. So mindfulness training is a holiday, right? That's a real holiday because it really brings you to what you want, the status of mind that you want to experience inside, right? So yes, so this is what we see, what we speak, and really the kids, subconscious mind is getting filled with what? How small are they? People even 1 year, 4 months old kids, I know they are right in front of TV all the time. Cartoons, the so-called cartoons, most of them are trained to show some firing or something like that. I can't remember what it is, like 50 times in 1 hour. So some negative message is not supposed to go. So I'm not saying cartoons are bad. I'm not making any conclusions like that. Please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying we have to be vigilant on what we are saying. I'm not saying we should not watch horror movies, or I'm not making any such statement. So please don't make it, stretch it too much, and then it's not that. But we have to be understanding what it is doing to us. Everybody is doing, I want to be social, I'm going, is a choice. It's okay, there's no right or wrong. But please understand, we should all understand it's our choice. And what is the result we're getting out of it? So it's so it works really well for ISIS, so I can't say it's bad, right? So the violence that they can generate can only come from that programming. Otherwise, impossible to really kill somebody so horrendously. Even to look at the videos is not possible for an average person. To really do that to a stranger, it's impossible unless you are really on autopilot. And not only them, we are all in autopilot. Only when we experience, it's a fundamental truth of life. Buddha said it, and all the Western scientists now also say it, neuroscientists, that the suffering, the anger, the pain that you cause to outside, to anybody, will first be inside. You experience that 1,000 multiple times more inside, then only it comes outside. So anger is, Buddha's statement is, anger is something which burns you before you can throw it to anybody else. It burns your hand first. So it's a fact. So that's how powerful subconscious mind is, right? All these subliminal ads, which are banned in quite a few countries, work on that psychology, on subconscious mind. So there's a lot of work, even hypnosis, a lot of work done is based on that. Okay, this is what I've actually picked up, a picture which is not so violent. I didn't want the session to see something really so violent. So this is a typical video gaming page normal kid would see. There's horrendous pictures, just video games. I'm not saying anything. The blood, and I didn't put it. I just wanted to put something average, but still wanted to impress on the point that it's quite violent. This is what kids play with. They actually are on the shooting side. That gun is a kid shooting at people, looking at all the blood. The graphics are so clear. The blood and everything is like real, so real. That's what the kids are going through, right? Now, what is mindfulness? How does it help? So we go back. Now we see, because we're talking about mindfulness, it's important for us to understand the mind. So that's what we did, right? So now, what is mindfulness? How does it help? We have discussed a bit on what is mindfulness. Like you said, it's being in the moment. So let's all be in the moment, right? It is the key. Mindfulness is the key to reprogram. Subconscious mind, we all just understood how powerful it is, right? There's so much of research done on subconscious mind, so there's tons of data that we can keep talking. we must know, right now it's pretty much by accident that it has happened, that we just take as things go. How do we reprogram it? Because if you want to have a bigger choice in life, if you want to experience happiness, right now we cannot, because we stumble upon experiences. That is what we do. We spoke about somebody calling us an idiot last time, right? Right? So we spoke about that, but we are pretty much living by accident because of the belief system that we are made up with. That somebody calls me an idiot, immediately I give it back. So, and then before I give it back, I go through a lot of turmoil myself, like what we just said. And we are so embedded because our subconscious mind says, somebody says something, you have to give it back. But does it matter? Is it relevant? Does it help? Does it give anything? We are so wired that it looks very obvious. Just take 10 seconds and look at it, you already know it doesn't make sense. So how do we program this? Reprogram this is through mindfulness, because mindfulness will give you the pause which will help see that it doesn't make sense. When you see that it doesn't make sense, then your programming is starting to change. So the big jar you saw, so the data is changing, right? So, and like I said, I'm not saying we should not watch horror, violence, all that stuff, but what it means is if we choose to watch, it is imperative that we focus much more on training our mind to be able to handle that diversions, right? If you see Desperate Housewives, right? What values kids grow up with? It's very simple. Just, if I see it continuously, my mind goes for a toss. Being 30, I always try to give a different number to my age, but being 35 years of age, it's like that. So imagine kids growing up, whole generation growing up with that value systems. I've heard Rama and the values and all that, I've grown with that, so I can at least connect to something different and just gauge on where I am. But today's kids, it's such powerful thing. So it means when we are with so much of sensory pleasures and so much of easy access, it means that we must be so much more trained to be able to deal with it. Otherwise, our subconscious mind thinks and programs automatically, and we keep dealing. That is why in developed economies, the more than twice the cause of death, unhappiness, is depression in developed economies, because too much of sensory pleasure. So I'm not saying pleasure; it's the wrong word, but data, and we can't handle. It takes Spider-Man, right? With great power comes great responsibility. This is great. We kids, right? We have some plus 16, plus 13, PG, 17. We say 4-year-olds, you do only this, you don't understand this, you do this, right? Unfortunately for adults, we've just lost. We thought we can deal anything, and we are getting down everywhere. So sensory pleasure, the more mindfulness we need to bring in, right? So until you make the unconscious conscious, it will control your life, and you will call it fate, right? Which is happening with us, so we can reflect back and see if it is right, and we'll reflect on what is about making unconscious conscious. That's what mindfulness is all about, right? Okay, this, like I said, it's very on application of mindfulness. There are tons of things we can discuss, but I just want to touch base that I've done sessions on emotional intelligence and all that with leadership teams. So I know it's very important. So I want to just give a glimpse of mindfulness and how powerful it is. Reduce cognitive rigidity via the tendency to be blinded by experience. Leaders, such dynamic world, we want to be really able to comprehend things and think different and be that. So mindfulness actually works big time towards that. A reduced tendency to overlook novel and adaptive ways of responding due to past experience. We've discussed on falling into the mud and reaction. So all this, people who are senior, whose decisions have bigger costs, it makes much more sense for them to imagine companies with leaders who are mindful, who cannot be driven by emotions and quick tricks and previous precedents, because that's the business, right? So much, particularly in today's world, how dynamic it is, how watchful and adaptable we have to be. So it's a wonderful thing. So just application of mindfulness. This again is a bigger topic, but probably we can talk few of those topics as we go along. Emotional intelligence and mind. This is textbook definition of emotional intelligence, right? Self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, social skills. So and the beauty of all this is that when we just live to be in the present moment, this is taken care of. We'll probably do it next round to get in more detail of understanding this on how. You will actually know it as we practice more. By the end of the session, we'll take the takeaways to go home. Then we'll share the experience the next time. So we'll cover as we go along, right? So yes, Murray Rose is an Olympic swimmer. I think 3-4 times he got gold medal. So the reporter asked him, "Do you have any philosophy on life as an individual?" He says, "I think it revolves around this perhaps secret of concentration on one thing, right? When you're eating, you do nothing else but eat. When you're swimming, you do nothing else but swim. And I think that by doing that, you achieve the greatest satisfaction by devoting your whole self, your whole energies, your whole thoughts to just one activity at a time. And I think that perhaps would be the essence of my personal philosophy." Right?
So this is totally in contrast to what we talk about multitasking.
Yeah, multitasking is a myth, even for computers, right? It so happens that the time is managed in such speed that you think there's multitasking happening. The same thing there's tons of research on multitasking that it's all jack of all. The results are totally screwed up when people do multitasking. So it's hugely advised to put your phones off when you work. Your phone call comes, no matter what you do, because it's a very advanced level of training you would need to do something, stop, focus on the phone, come back to this and not think. So the thinking, the 47% goes really big, and then the quality suffers big time. So it's quite a big concept on multitasking being absolute myth. All hands down, no survey contradicts it. It's impossible to do multitasking. Let me put it that way. Scientifically proven, it is not possible to do multitasking. Just happy feeling that I have a phone, I have a laptop, I can talk, and you can see the trading floors. You think all that is efficiency. So we can see the Wolf of Wall Street and think that that's how it's supposed to be. But
I mean, if you're talking on the phone and you're going down the steps to catch a train, when people do it all the time, is it not multitasking, doing two things at the same time?
it is.
So you are able to do it, right? Multitasking?
It is, but there's a greater chance to slip. You bump into somebody else. There's so many accidents. There's so many accidents. So of course, like I said, the data is tremendous. So many accidents are reported. After 5 seconds of a phone call, after 10 seconds, after 1 minute, so much of data actually proves how the mind wanders and where you get into accidents. So texts and everything else. So it's quite a deeper topic. So I didn't want to highlight it, but it's very relevant. So thanks for bringing that point up. I can tell you for now, for this session, that it's a myth, right? Yes, that's Murray Rose, and then this is William James. He was a professor in psychology, very renowned. He made the statement 130 years back. The faculty of voluntarily bringing back a wandering attention over and over again is the very root of judgment, character, and will. So, an education which should improve this faculty would be the education par excellence, right? So, we talk about why it's not there in the curriculum.
What is compost sui over there?
He's just saying that who doesn't have it is not composed as a person as brought up, as he or she is brought up.
So basically, it's the ability to bring back yourself to the present every time you wander.
Okay, should we do this now? With all the theory, should we try mindfulness for 5 minutes? Is it going to be good? The bell, it is the bell. Yeah, so we're going to have a bell wherein the 5 minutes will start, and then at the finish of 5 minutes, there will be one more bell, and then you can come back to what has to happen is you can sit down in the lotus pose or Padmasana as we call it, and just get your back straight or sit in the chair, whichever you feel good. If you want company, I can sit on the floor and, and do it with you. But it's very personal and individual as it is the mindfulness training. So please focus on your own self. Sit where you like, where you're comfortable. Keep your back straight. May not be like this to stretch it too much. Just comfortable. Not really taking support.
We dim the lights. Dim
Yeah,
the
we'll
lights.
dim the lights. And then so the bell starts. You focus on breathing. If you're lost in a thought, it's all right. When you come back to breathing, just focus on breathing. That is all.
Eyes open and close.
You can do it whichever way, but I would think that close your eyes because the senses are so powerful that they'll take you everywhere with your thoughts. So it's better we close our eyes and then just focus on breathing. You will. It so happens that while you breathe, you will start breathing heavy. Slowly try and just focus on breathing. Don't force it on. Just be with it as it is. The bell will start.
Is it possible to silence out that phone ringing that's happening intermittently? I'm not sure who is it.
Switch it on.
I don't think it's connected.
Okay, now it will start. Please focus on breathing.